Hi, everybody. Still setting up here. Let me change the banner here. Okay. So much stuff on my table. Okay. See here, move that there. And I can come over here and say hi to you guys. Sewing machine? Yay! Okay, I have my sewing machine. Oh gosh, like I'm just like out of it today. Anyways, welcome to the ThermoStream. It's gonna show you guys. This isn't all of them, but last week these are all the gold coins that I removed. A lot of them from the skirt. So yeah, good times. Okay. Getting all set up. Let's get some music playing because I'm sure you guys want to hear some music. And I actually happen to have some royalty-free music for you guys today. So it's going to be over here. I need to start it. I don't know why it stopped. Why'd you stop music? Why? I think my computer shut off. All right. If the music gets too loud, please let me know if the music gets too loud because, yeah, that'll be important. Okay. So today, I'm continuing working on the skirt that I started on last week. As I showed earlier, these are just like half of the coins that I removed from the skirt so that I could get it put together. Ugh, gosh, it's been interesting, guys. It's been interesting. And the music was too loud. Now it's not too loud. Okay. So for this skirt, I have all these little clips right here, and I've done a rolled hem, a double rolled hem, or double rolled seam, not hem, because it's at the bottom. A double rolled seam because it was just important for me to do that. So I have the skirt folded with the outside in, and I am going to sew a zigzag stitch, and then I'm also going to do a straight stitch over that because this is really flimsy material. And then once I've got the skirt sewn, I'm actually going to show you guys how I plan on using the Cause Bond reinforcer. So you're going to get to see me use some Cause Bond today. So I'll be using this black stuff right here to reinforce the waistband. So, hello, welcome to Saturday. I'm a mess today because I decided to wake up and reorganize my costume room and see how many costumes I actually have and then put them in new places. And I almost forgot about the string. Sorry. Okay. So I am using a Singer heavy duty sewing machine. I can't speak today. And what I'm going to do is, I don't know when the last time was that I changed out this needle. So I'm actually just going to get rid of it. Word of the wise, if you're not sure how old your sewing needle is, just change it. Especially since this looks like it's a thicker needle that I used for jeans, and I don't want to use too big of a needle on this fabric. So throw this away. And what I have here are replacement needles. And I'll show you, I've got a collection of them. So like I've got lots and lots of needles. I'm not entirely sure which one I'm gonna use. We'll see. This will be fun. I think I'm probably gonna go with the ballpoint just because this fabric is so, well, do I have a small enough ballpoint is the question. You know, I actually think I'm going to use the Singer Universal because I have a really, really, really small needle here. And I thought I had smaller ballpoint needles. I guess I don't. Oh, I do. I found them. This is what happens when you're a cosplayer. You just have needles everywhere. Wait, that sounds bad. I don't have them everywhere. They're just, I don't know. I guess that's why I have them stacked this way. I guess they don't all fit in my little container. I need a new sewing needle container. That's okay. So what I've done is I'm going to turn this here, and then I'm going to do that. Okay, so I've taken the needle out, and I'm about to put it back in. If you're not familiar with sewing machines, or you're just starting out for the first time, you really should change your needle out between different fabrics, or you should change it out for different projects. Like if you plan on using a similar, like if you plan on using a stretch fabric the entire time for your costume, then you're good. But yeah, if you don't, then you need to change them out more often. So, yay. I'm changing my needle out. Hello, Allison. Hello, Jessica. Thank you for joining. Oh, that's right. I didn't actually, you also need to sort of remove the thread. Or, no, I think I can use this color thread because no one's going to see. I think it'll be fine. I just need to make sure that it's not hot where I'm about to put the needle. So, there we go. But I think this particular thread should be just fine. So I am using a Singer ballpoint needle, and it's size 9. So, yay. Needles. Hi, everybody. You can watch me craft like a goofball. Why? Okay. I have to tell you though, when I'm using the Singer machine, oh gosh, did not mean to do that. It is definitely a bit more difficult to change needles out than it was with my brother. So, what? Jessica, you didn't use different needles? What? You, of all people, have sewn far longer than I have, so I am quite shocked by this. I don't know. I think the reason I started using different needles was because I read the sewing guide. Yes, I actually read instructions. And I read the instructions and it said, for different projects, we suggest doing this. And then I bought this sewing encyclopedia that referenced it again. And I was like, okay, well, what needles should I have? And they said that the 3 needles that you should absolutely have for every single project, like just in case, is you should have a ballpoint needle, you should have a universal needle, especially for fabrics that you're like, I don't know what to do with this. And then you should have a heavy duty, and heavy duty is for like thick layers or jeans or leather or something that's going to be really difficult to sew. So that is why I have those 3 needles. And then I have different sizes too, because sometimes you need a different gauge needle. Even if it's like a universal needle, there's a big difference between a 11 gauge and a 14. So sometimes you just kind of have to play around and figure out what needle works best for you. Or just read a lot of things like Sam does. You don't have to. You could probably just Google and be like, hey, I'm using chiffon. What needle should I put in my machine? And it would probably tell you, honestly. Okay. So I think I want my stitch length to be pretty short, so I want this to be a really tight. And I want it to be on zigzag, centered. I want the loose tension, and my width should be 2. Okay. So stitch length, just so you know, is how far apart the different, like each time the needle goes in, how far apart the thread touches. So if you're a zigzag stitch, it's the difference between like a huge peak like this and a little tiny one. So that's like kind of your stitch length. And then your oh wait, it varies though. And then there's width, which is like for zigzag, like the height. Basically, I'm trying to. I'm not very good at telling you about sewing. I just do things. And then tension is obviously how tight you have the thread in your machine. And if you have it too tight, it will snap the actual thread. So that's not good. Don't snap your thread. Yeah. So you've got length, needle position, width, tension, and then the type of stitch that you want to do. And I'm just doing a standard zigzag stitch for phase 1. Phase 2 of this will be more stuff. My music keeps stopping. Hate you too, music. I'll figure this out next week, why my music keeps stopping. It's being mean. It's like, no, you don't get to have music, Sam. Maybe I'll start at the end, actually. I think this might be easier to start at the end, because this is such a big skirt. And it's not even the biggest skirt I'm going to be wearing. This is like phase 1 of ThermoCosplay skirt. Oh, guys, this costume, by the time I finish building all of it, I think it's going to weigh as much, if not more, than my Yojimbo did. My Yojimbo weighed like 15 pounds with fabric and armor and props all together. So I'm scared. I don't know how much this is going to weigh. It's going to weigh a lot. Someone save me. I'm crazy. Why am I doing this? I don't know why. But it's a party. Okay, so I like to start sewing in partially, and then I do a back stitch, and then I go forward again. And that's just because for me, I always have a hard time getting the end of a fabric stuck in, like, fed into my machine, and I don't want to do that. So I kind of just start like in the middle right here, and then I go backwards and go forwards again. So that's what I'm going to do. And I will keep looking up and seeing if people have questions. It's not very easy for me to show you my machine because my industrial machine is it's quite a bit smaller than my what is the other one? The industrial machine's like viewing area is smaller than my mechanical one. Not mechanical, I don't know, whatever, digital. Anyways, hello, Veronica. I am making my version of Tamatoa from Moana. So a group of us were planning on doing like warrior Moana characters, and so I drew different designs for stage performances that would be easier to move in, until I realized how heavy my costume's gonna be. But yeah, so it's gonna be Tamatoa. So this is just the underskirt, and it's gold coin fabric, and I have a pile of coins. I had to remove, I think, several hundred coins so that I could actually get a scene. That was fun. So, all right, first I'm gonna do a stitch with my hand before I start with the pedal, because I want to see if the width is correct. Okay, the width is good. So now I need to go backwards. Okay, and I got caught here a little bit. And that's the one thing with mesh too, is it's a little tricky to sew. It likes to get caught. Yay! And we're going. And I might not actually need to sew. Oh, I might not actually need to sew again over this. This is a really nice tight stitch. So, hello, Chris. The docket for today is I removed all the coins for the seam for the skirt last week, and now I actually get to sew the seam, and then hopefully I'll finish sewing this, and then what I can do, I'm pretty sure I can get this sewn in like maybe 10 minutes. And what I can do is show you guys how I'm going to use the Cosbond reinforcer on the waistband so that I don't have to worry about the mesh potentially like fraying or stretching or tearing. So I'm going to use this as basically a fabric reinforcer. I have to tell you, slow moving with this because there are coins underneath this fabric and I don't want to damage them. So I am very, 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 very carefully doing this. Yeah, I probably will have to sew the seam one more time because I think I'm going to have to fold it over. That's okay. I need to straight stitch that. I'm just moving real slow with my speed because I don't want to damage anything on this skirt. You know, sewing. Looks like it's so slow and it's so slow. You have when you have your stitch length really tight and you have your width really small, it creates a really, 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 really tiny stitch, which is what I need for this mesh. So, oh, sorry if my network is laggy again, let me know. I can switch to Wi-Fi. I am actually currently not on Wi-Fi. If it gets laggy again, let me know. We've been having like internet issues in my area recently. Like a little party right here. If you guys want me to, I can I could get my little tiny tripod and I could put it here if you want me to move the camera. Just let me know, I'll move it. It'll be weird, but I don't mind doing it if you want me to do that. And I could just probably point the camera here at the sewing machine. So if you want to see me sewing and what it looks like close up, I can't promise it's gonna be perfect, but I can do it. Just let me know if you want me to do that. And I will quickly move the camera. Okay, now, see, now it's trying to roll the hem the wrong way. Mesh is a pain, though. It really is. I can't really sew this straight because of the way that the skirt's cut. It has to be like at a curve, so it's kind of weird. But yeah. So what are you guys planning on doing today other than watching me? I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like the sound of a sewing machine is like really soothing. I better not. I think I'm about to run out of thread on this bobbin. Are you kidding me? The amount of thread on that bobbin was a lie. Maybe I'll get through the first. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if all the thread's gonna survive, guys. It might. My sewing machine is kind of noisy, but like I said, I like it. It's comforting to me. Really, I'm not sure why. It is. The comforting noise. Bye, Veronica. Thank you for joining us. Good luck at work today. And, or when you leave. And Jess, yes, your Ariel wig, because you're wearing that tomorrow. I still have to work on my Hansa, get those booby darts not looking so weird, so it doesn't look like I've got like angry nipples. And it looks like a lot of people are working on game projects or going to work. So, and Chris, yes, I miss Dungeons and Dragons. Eventually, I'll go back into a game. Eventually, when like I maybe don't bite off more than I can chew in a year, that'd be great. Angry nipples, yes. I did say angry nipples. And I'm glad the sewing machine isn't as loud as it is to you guys as it is to me, because it literally sounds like it's screaming at me. And I just oiled it too, so I know it's not a problem with my sewing machine. It's just these, and that's one thing I will tell you. So when you do a digital machine, it is a lot quieter than an industrial machine. An industrial machine is all mechanical. It requires regular oiling. All machines really do. But the digital ones have a bit more maintenance. It's a little bit easier. This one, the heavy duty, I usually after every project have to break it down, clean it out, and oil it. So I have machine oil. Actually, I think I have it over here. I have machine oil that I use for Singer, and the machine oil is perfect. It has a little pour spout so that I don't, accidentally pour gobs of oil everywhere. Because I had one machine oil container that was like spit all over my machine. But yeah. Just I feel motivated to do something. This stuff was really haunting. It's like scary. And when I do projects, I like to start with the hardest thing first. Because this stuff is very difficult to work with, so I like to start with the hardest thing first. Then, like, if it gets near like the end of, like, for instance, if I get close to a convention or if I get close to a deadline, I know I can get through the evenings really, really fast. But this fabric or a new type of adhesive or something like that, I need to experiment more with this one first. So I sound like a robot. Should I turn my Wi-Fi on, guys? I should turn my Wi-Fi on. It might skip a second because Wi-Fi is connecting. I am Robo Sam. This is also a really heavy skirt. I believe the skirt is like 4 pounds, 3 or 4 pounds. Basically, when I pick it up, it feels the same as picking up one of my dumbbells. So that's why I want to reinforce the waistband with the Cod Bond reinforcer, because I'm not entirely sure how strong this mesh is, and I don't intend to line it because I'm kind of lining it with itself, so that doesn't really strengthen the mesh anymore. So this is basically like a wraparound skirt that's going to have a small. I'm trying to decide if I want to do it like a jacket zipper that's a short gold jacket zipper, or if I want to do snaps. I'm still working on that. But it's a wraparound skirt that will have gold coins on the inside and outside. So I'll be shining. Yes. Shiny. And what I'm planning on doing for next week is what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have my patrons vote on whether or not you guys get to watch me sculpt and create a mold and cast something, or if you want to see me create armor casings. I saved this skirt for you guys for a reason. I was planning on finishing it earlier this week, but then I'm like, let me just save it and show you guys that yes, as magnificent as this fabric is, it's also evil. Evil. It's not the Diet Coke of evil. It is the evil. I'm just yeah, hi guys, I'm a nerd. It's fine. Okay, so I have a coin here that is trying to escape, and that is not good. Okay. Now I've got to figure out this to turn the way I want it to. There we go. I think that'll work. Oh. Don't sew the coin. Don't sew the coin. And I get sewed the coin. Oh well. Oh well. I'm coin sewn in now. Yay, coin party. Fabric is a problem, child, but it's worth it. It will look so pretty. It looks so pretty, guys. It's just, oh, that's what's going on. The mesh is rolling, so I need to fix that. Okay. Ooh, tried to separate here. Guys, this is so complicated. Welcome to everybody joining us. I am showing Billy Puff's pointer. I think I'm about to run out of bobbin too, so I'll have to replace that in a second. Looks like it's so nice outside, but like I know it's hot. Bing. Plenty of work. So I know that Halloween is coming up, and obviously with the pandemic and stuff, it's not going to be easy to celebrate. But I am with a group of people called Cos Talk Live, and we were thinking about doing a little Halloween stream. And even if we don't end up doing it, I probably Halloween stream for you guys, and probably just talk about scary stories. And I'll let you guys vote this time what costume I wear for Halloween, since it's a Saturday. Because I did my inventory. Told people who started the stream earlier, I did my inventory of all my costumes today, and I currently have 28 costumes that are ready to be worn. And I reorganized all of them, and I managed to fit like 10 of them underneath my couch. And yeah, I have like this little storage bin. Yay! Scary cosplay stories. It'd be funny if I just take scary stories and I just put a cosplayer in there. Be like, what would a cosplayer do? Throw sewing scissors at the enemy. Or make it a funny cosplay story. And then the cosplayer ran out of fabric. Dun dun dun! Okay, I'm out of bobbin thread, so I noticed when I was like, this got way too easy. What happened? Let me see if I have a pre-made bobbin in white. Oh gosh, I need to refill my bobbins. They are quite empty. Okay. Well, nice. We are going to refill this bobbin. Oh, I forgot to move my trash can. So, the bobbin for this machine is a top loader. Some bobbins are actually like when you open like the container at the bottom, they're there. Those are usually for older machines. I haven't seen any newer machines that have the bobbin down there. And some industrial do, I guess, like really big industrial ones. But I'm threading everything, making it fun. Okay, so now, little party, go. No kidding. So the thing with this one too is there have been times where I've been refilling a bobbin, and I've done it too fast, and like my thread has just flown off. There's a guard for it that annoys me. I have an auto threader, but I hate it, so I thread it myself because it's faster that way, and then I can get it at the angle that I want. Aha! And it's done. Woo! We have thread again! I have to figure out where it ended and start over. So I want to start a little bit back. I'm going to start here. There we go. Cool. And we're back to sewing. I know like the first time I used a sewing machine, it was pretty scary. But the first sewing machine I used was like 20 some odd years old and could basically rip off my finger if it wanted to. You know, it had a dark past. And usually when you're sewing, you don't have to guide the fabric. I'm just doing it because the weight of the coins makes it difficult for the feeder to pull the fabric through. So I'm just kind of grabbing the other side of the fabric and I'm not pulling, I'm just gently guiding it, like helping it bear the weight of this fabric because these coins add so much weight. The same thing when you use really heavy duty leather, you kind of want to hold both sides and just help guide it. We are almost at the start, and then I get to start over at the end, fold over one more time, do some more sewing, and then we can do the reinforcer. So I think I actually will get this all done in one stream. I'm impressed. I'm proud of myself. For the reinforcer, I'll probably break out Lily, my mannequin. I'll move the camera up, and then I'll wrap her the skirt around her waist and clip it, and then that way it'll tell me how much reinforcer I need to use because this fabric stretches so much, and the reinforcer only has so much flex. I don't want to put a certain amount of reinforcer down and not be able to wear the skirt. That would be bad. Using a non-stretch on a stretch. Lessons. We're getting there though. We are making motions, movements. I don't know. I feel like my lack of, intermingling with society has made me forget how to speak, even though I work every day. Words. Excited. I'll have most of my clips back too. I've missed all my clips because they've been attached to the skirt. I always tell when I catch a coin. It suddenly sounds like I'm beating the crap out of my desk is like. So. Hi everybody. We are almost there. Getting to the home stretch. Yes! I'm very excited about this. This skirt has been so menacing. So menacing. Is there like a fabric you guys hate using? I also just say when you're crafting, I just looked at how much time I've been streaming. It really does not feel like I've been on here for 40 minutes. I don't believe this. I think that is a lie. And even my battery's doing well today. Okay, cool. Good thing. I'm all for it. Sewing it back through the other way is going to be much faster and easier. I love sewing leather, but I usually sew it by hand, or I use the industrial machine with like a really, really heavy needle. I like to keep my stitches long for those because leather already has a lot of grip. You can also use, you could use Cosbond now, honestly, to put it together if you roughed it up, or you could use contact cement for leather if you don't like sewing it. But yeah, leather is a hard one if you don't like difficult fabrics. Well, Chris, you're just gonna have to learn how to sew foam too, since they have foam you can sew now. And you could always sew craft foam if you really wanted to. It just wasn't advised because it destroy your needle. All right, so I've made it to the end. Now I have to go back to the other end, but before I do that, I'm going to change the length to 0, go to a normal straight stitch, and I'm going to increase my width a little bit. Okay. Now where's the end, guys? Where did I start? Here it is. This is where I started. Okay. Why is it not? Is it caught on something? Oh. Okay, getting it started is not easy. I had to adjust my length a little bit. Okay. Move this all back around. I want to finish this fast. Rolling this is tricky with it being. I'd rather have 3 rolls on this seam for stability than nothing at all. Yeah, leather is super tricky. I've actually used it quite a bit. I've used leather and vinyl. I feel like vinyl is a bit more finicky than leather is, because like leather at least has like rules that you can abide by. Vinyl is just like, I do what I want. Also glad that I have spare fabric over here, so if I break any coins, I can always sew them back on. Looks like I found a piece that didn't actually sew. Well, it's a good thing I'm going back over this. Trouble with mesh. real finicky. Yeah, hitting coins a little bit. Not much I can do at this point. I'm trying to avoid them as much as possible, but I think I'm going to be hitting a couple. To make this particular area stronger. Yay, when you find weak points in fabric! Every fabric has its own little trick. I'm still learning this one. I think I'll get there. At least I know that it'll be sewn well. I'm gonna take this. Hi again. Yeah, vinyl. So like the thing with vinyl is because it's like, you know, manufactured leather basically. Its textures change, its grain changes. It's so bizarre. Sometimes it's coated in stuff. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you can glue it. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you'll use it and the needle will cause it to fray or tear apart. Other times you can't get a needle through it. I have learned many tricks when it comes to vinyl. I've used vinyl more than I care to say. Come on, little gold coins, move your butts. Oh, gold coin made me skip a stitch. I am not skipping stitches, thank you. There we go. Also very happy I'm going back over this because I'm finding a couple little areas that didn't quite catch. Okay. To roll this here. Oh, little coin move. I have a coin that is just determined. There. This. All right. Now we're in the home stretch again. It does not want to move off this corner. There. Take a break for a second. Last time you used a sewing machine was in junior year of high school? Whoa. I never used a sewing machine in high school. I went to an art school for digital arts. So I used computers. Ooh, something has happened here. My thread got caught somewhere. That's unusual. Okay. I see what happened. How did you get off that? Fix this, and then, oh, there's another thread in here. Where did you come from? Okay. Ugh. I think it broke down right here. Actually, I'm gonna just this. Yeah. We're getting sure, I'm gonna have to sew. I have to sew some of these little gold coins back on. Hi, Mark. Good to see you. I don't know if I've missed anybody else in these comments. No, okay. Hi, yeah, missed you too, dude. And then Veronica, you said that you used to hand sew everything. Oh gosh, yeah. So my mom taught me how to hand sew, and I was not patient enough to proceed with doing that for my whole cosplay career. And so I was like, sewing machines. So I have a digital sewing machine, which we're gonna try fixing it one more time, but we think that it is kaput. And so I'm going to use my industrial in the interim, but eventually I'd like to get a digital replacement for other projects. Like I switch back and forth. I'm almost done sewing this. Finish sewing this, and then we can break out Lily, and we can throw the skirt on her, and at least get the preliminary measurements done before the stream's over. Stream might go a little bit longer today. Look at the end. Okay, and we have done 2 layers of stitching on here. This thing should be complete. So I'm going to move real fast, move the camera and show you guys what I have to do for this fabric. Okay. All right, let's move this up a little bit more. Okay, so I've got the fabric. Here's what it looks like with the inside out. I'm going to flip it. But what I like to do is find the corner. Here we go. We have a skirt, guys. It's not like I'm just going to throw it on here. Hey, guys. Makes so much noise. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but it's just so tingly. Oh my gosh. Okay. I lost some coins, but that's okay. A coin was sacrificed in my shaking. Several coins were sacrificed. I see them on the ground. Okay, I'm back. Hi again. So now that I have had a party with my gold coin skirt, I've got it sewn by some miracle. So I'll just put it this way. To remove the number of coins that I needed so that I could actually sew that seam, it took me, I think, 5 or 6 hours. So I'm happy to have a skirt sewn. This is quite exhilarating. And the next step is to sew the edges so that they match. But before I get back to sewing more on the skirt, I'll talk a little bit about the cotton reinforcer that I'm going to use on the waist. So this is going to be the elastic for the waistband. It's a really thick, 4-inch thick, I think 4-inch thick elastic for the waistband. And I would normally consider the waistband elastic to be strong enough to sustain the weight of this particular fabric, but I'm kind of concerned. So what I want to do is I want to take up to basically after I sew the edge of this together so that the 2 sides stay and it doesn't slip anymore, I actually want to take on one side of this and stick the reinforcer to it. And then what I'll do is I'll sew in the elastic waistband. And I'm hoping that applies this mesh, which is very, very flimsy and like very see-through, because in order to get all those little gold coins on there, that's kind of how they had to create it, was create a mesh and then sew individual gold coins onto it. So like I get why it's the way it is. It's just, this is going to be so shiny. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I will make sure I take pictures of how I install the Cosbond reinforcer. But before I go, since you all are here, hello. And do you guys have any questions, or while you are typing out your questions for cosplay? Yes, I will be streaming again next Saturday at noon. And I will be putting a poll up for you guys to decide what what you'd like to see me work on. It will still be Tamatoa related, but you can determine if you want to do foam work or sculpting or casting and like mold building. We'll figure that all out. But yeah, post your questions if you have them. But tomorrow I'll be on Cos Talk Live, and we will be with Amber Sky's Cosplay talking about Disney cosplay. So tomorrow I will be wearing my Hansa from Frozen. I'll be working today on getting I talked about it, I have angry booby darts. I have these darts that I made on my costume last year. I've never sewn a jacket like this, so like I have, basically it looks like there's angry nipples built into my shirt, so I'm gonna fix that. But yeah, I'll be here next Saturday at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Arizona time, Pacific Daylight Time, I think are all the ones covered right now. Is everything daylight right now? I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, 12 p.m. those normal times. And I'm going to try and make this a regular weekly occurrence so that you guys can see more of me. And I can do more streaming and crafting, and you guys will just keep me on point and charging myself. So yeah, I think I think that's everything. Thank you for joining me for the past hour. If you do have questions, please message ThermoCosplay, and we appreciate you spending time with us today. I swear I'll figure out how to speak next week. Just can't speak. Thank you, everyone. You have a good day. Bye.